Like 3 minutes behind schedule. Yeah. I'll fucking take it. What motherfucker, there's always a schedule.
Are we starting already at 6:45?
Yeah, it's already, well, it's just banter.
Keep questioning things, Joseph. We're pushing his buttons.
I know, every time. It's like brick walls everywhere.
Yes. That's where the entertainment value. Right, Joseph?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. There's just gonna be a day y'all gonna have a job that's like super important. You're gonna be 3 minutes late. It's just not gonna be good.
Yes. We know.
Do you, Joe?
Yes, I do.
Do you?
I'm prepared. My body is ready.
Hey, what's up, Dylan? Welcome to the banter portion of this. Thanks for saying hello. Ooh, we got Ruth Taylor as well. Hey, welcome. So have you guys started that GTA 5 or what?
I told them we want to do it
I'll
today,
be
but
completely honest with you.
sleepy.
I'll be completely honest with you. I ain't got space. I'm just trying to make room for files for the damn thing because GTA is pretty big.
Yeah,
Nice.
like
Well,
80 gigs.
I mean, can't you just install it to like a separate hard drive? Oh, and just so everyone's aware, since you guys are new, this is like our banter time. So we just kind of like rabble until like we hit 7 o'clock and start the real show. So if you're wondering what's happening, that's what's happening. Oh God, this one just woke up. You could tell. Jesus.
I woke up. Oh, this. I am this one.
Yes,
Okay.
you're this one. You'll be introduced later to the new people.
I'm this guy. I'm that dude.
Oh God, that sounds like that one line from who's it, Lizzo?
I got you.
What the fuck was that?
Got chill.
Yeah, the two.
Chills.
That was the. Gotcha.
Jesus, every time.
Every time. Well, yeah, I kind of expected. This is your life.
Oh, hey, Kantara. Sweet. Kantara and Sadman are here. Hell yeah. Can't figure out how to change our names on YouTube. That's cool. I guess I know y'all's real names now, but I'll stick to Mr. Sandman and Kantara if you want. So, that's pretty dope. Thanks for showing up. I hope you guys like it. We're going to be talking about 4 different songs today, for sure.
I see 2 of them have the word home in the name. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I know, right? Like, it just kind of happened that way again,
Come
I feel.
home and home. That was weird.
'Cause-
Home.
And then I should have put a song by home.
Oh, God.
Everything dealing with
Just everything home. Like,
Everything home.
what's another home song? Like, oh, you know what? Home by Michael Bublé. Boom. Done. We're talking about it. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing that. Country road, take me home to a place I belong.
Is that answer?
Yeah, I'm all fucked up on green tea because it's like making me all phlegmy. This was a bad idea to have before this.
I'm all effed up on green tea.
Yeah, dude. Because we were chugging beers at noon over here. Woo! Woo!
Party.
Oh God, no, was not doing that.
Come on, feel the noise.
Dylan, Sweet Home Alabama, and Home on the Range. Yeah, I'm all about that. Yeah, there you go. Home on the Range. That's what we should have done.
Right, just guys, very cloudy all day here though. It's freaking weather's been goofy.
Oh no shit, dude. Dude, our storm didn't stop. You know when you said it stopped at like midnight? Our storm in San Antonio didn't end till like 3 to 4.
Yeah, our storm was like edging. You know, edging. You get so close to climax, but then nothing comes. Because it hardly even rained.
Seriously? That's lame. Everyone was talking about how bad of a storm it was. I guess y'all didn't get shit.
It's hilarious because you see this giant. I see all these giant blobs, full of the green and the red, and it literally just wraps around our town, and our town's not even. It just wrapped around our town, and everywhere around us got hit except for us.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That happens a lot. Is there some kind of geographical force that's making it harder for storms to hit or something?
It's that movie Geostorm Coming to Life that no one ever wanted to watch.
Yes, that random movie.
Oh God, is there a lot of feedback because of my AC again?
I can't hear. I can just hear you normally.
Oh well, man, I'm glad y'all were safe. They had a tornado warning, Dylan. That's kind of crazy. Sounds wild.
But yeah, so I was just at Wella's house, just watching it all go down. It was lightning, got you. It was beautiful.
I'll grab some water real quick. So continue to banter.
All right, banter.
Banter.
All
No, I'm kidding.
Hey, what?
Hey, Joseph, what's the deal with what? I don't know what to say.
Battlefield?
Joseph, what's the deal with Battlefield 5?
I don't know what happened.
What is it so shit?
I don't know, mate. They just decided to make the worst game in the world.
Why are they adding Tom Cruise to Battlefield 5?
Because Tom Cruise is the most relevant person in the planet.
In a World War II movie?
Fuck happened? You can hear my headphones from the kitchen. I was like, what the fuck? Let's see, man. We got warnings. Well, I'm glad y'all are okay, because fuck tornadoes. I'll tell you what. Fuck tornadoes.
Okay.
Sorry, I ruined y'all's spiel, whatever was going on there. I just feel rude not answering the live chat.
Battlefield 5.
Speaking of storms, and do some segues, Joseph, so you can move to
The
different
fuck
points.
was that?
Speaking of storms,
So, man, you know what's crazy is like you have the most charisma during your like your gaming streams, and like you're just coming up with all this bullshit on the spot, and then like here storms.
well, this is bullshit.
I know, but like you just didn't do anything with it. You're like storms.
I know, I'm not doing anything with it, but doing nothing with it is kind of doing something with it.
Oh God.
It's like unanticipated directions.
That was fucking nonsense. It was great.
Oh, coming from this. Okay, no. Right, Joseph?
Yeah.
All right. You see? Fuck.
Damn, you're so angry, dude. You didn't want to get up from your nap. I can tell.
What do you mean? I wanted to get up so I can be a part of the Music Share series. Only on Sick Harvest Mountain.
You're just so angry, like, yo,
Sound
bitch.
passive-aggressive.
I know, there you go, that's the word, passive aggressive. Jesus.
What are you
Super
talking
funny.
about? I just want to put my part into the Sick Harvest Magnet Podcast Music Share series. Number 3.
Everyone's gonna think I programmed you to just say that every 2 minutes. Like,
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sick Harvest Magnet Gaming Podcast. This is the Music Share series number 3. Perfect. I'm grabbing, because usually my microphone would just sit on my desk right now. I'm just grabbing the stand and holding it right up to my mouth because y'all said this is a good volume level from here.
Yes.
I ought to work with that right now. Control.
what was up?
What? No, it's good. All good.
Sweet. I don't know. I was trying to keep my dogs calm because it's gonna happen every episode where they just bark like crazy. So I'll just at some point I'm just gonna mute and leave, and it's gonna be weird, but it's just gonna happen.
You're gonna mute and leave.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
Oh, darn it.
Sweet.
Okay.
Darn it.
Oh man.
Darnation.
Time, guys. Long time.
Hey, are you still playing Evil Within?
Prepare yourself. Yeah, prepare yourself. We got 2 minutes.
about to all do our breathing exercises? Oh god. We accept our new tired robot overlords. I think they're talking to you, bro.
Thank you. We can only have quality content like this at Sick Harvest Magna Gaming
There we go.
Podcast.
I was waiting for you to mention that to really seal that joke. That's awesome. There we go. That's the segues we want.
Ah,
That's super funny. Jesus. Yeah, just a minute. Minute to go.
wow. 1 minute.
Yeah. And everyone could just hear our voice instead of this really cool. Nah, I don't remember the music I put, to be honest. It's like some random funky. No, not the fucking show. Like the waiting music. Put some.
Like I knew that you heard it, so I was just so confused for a second because I was like, wait, did you
I was
say
like,
you-
damn, we're gonna have to explain it.
Yeah, right. It's like, hey, like
I knew
this
that
is
you
completely
heard
at random, and there's no actual structure. Because that's just what we do.
But hey, we're trying to have a more realistic thing. That's how like this, right? It's right, just
Right. Sweet.
Yes.
So it's 7. So I'm gonna go ahead and start, y'all. Let's go. Sweet. Hey guys, this is Juan with Sick Parvis Magna podcast, and we're here with our Share Music series number 3. We have all handpicked 3 songs, including a guest that actually had us pick an artist from last show, and we're actually going to feature that song today. Just want to do a quick shout out to the Twitch community because they're super dope when it comes to live streaming. And there's actually a couple guests with us tonight, which is awesome. You guys are badass. Thank you for being here. And, this is really fun for us to do. And as you guys could tell, when we're just tired, we just kind of go with it, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yoko Ono. Okay.
And just for the new guests that are here, I'm here with Joey and Joseph. These guys are pretty much the podcast regulars at this point. We've done, I think, 4 episodes together at this point, because one was about Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just, I wasn't even there. I wasn't there.
I mean, you were technically there. Like, you were just like trying to finish what you're finishing.
All right, let me explain. I guess I'll explain quick. First podcast. I'm here to do an essay.
All right.
Talk about Final Fantasy 7, and whenever they ask me something, I'm like, hey, I don't know. Maybe I should keep, researching. That's how it was for the whole podcast. Unfortunately,
It was like constantly like, I need to look into this, and we couldn't take a hint. But it's like you also could have just told us what was going on, and we would have stopped asking.
I think you were gonna submit it, right?
something about the black guy with the gun,
Super funny. Anyway, with that being said, obviously throughout the chat, I actually posted the link to the Spotify playlist. Currently, that is the playlist that it's been all the songs that we've talked about on the show, both now and previously. So feel free, if you want to hop on that Spotify playlist, hear the songs, give your input as we go through the songs, and let us know your thoughts. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get the show on the road. And in this case, I'm just gonna let's go ahead and start with Joseph. That's who we're gonna start with today.
Oh, you start first. Dang.
Oh, look at you! You're first up that way.
Go get him, Jimmy.
But yeah, dude, go for it. Tell us about your song selection today.
Alright, so I picked Claire de Lune by Claude de... How do you say his name correctly?
I think it's Debussy.
Is it Debussy?
Family Guy did a really shitty joke. Like, hey, I love Debussy.
It is Claude Debussy, okay. I think, man. But I picked the Evil Within version. It's the one that comes out in the game, The Evil Within. And, well, let's talk about the history of the song just a little bit.
What's the history?
The history.
I feel like I should have asked the question first.
Music history only at Sick Parvis Magna Game.
Yeah.
Oh god. You can stop now. Debug.
Have to debug my.
It's
Jesus.
crazy because the song, I mean, as a lot of classical songs are, you know, obviously there's a lot of them are super, but like it's just crazy how like a song could be like over 100 years old and freaking people still listen to it today. It's just amazing.
Oh yeah.
The song was starting to be written around 1890, and then he had finished it at 1905. It was revised and published 1905. I was like, damn. And when he had started writing it, he was a student. I was just like, bro, like, how do you come up with that song? But apparently, it had to do with like he was like part of it. I think I had read that it's because he was like in love. So obviously that influenced his work, and then also part of it was also because he was writing the how do you call it? It's the full song is called Sweet
It's called
Bergamask.
Bergamask.
Bergamask, right? Yeah.
Okay.
And it was written because of the poem Claire de Lune. So it was like basically, how do you say it? Like a song version of the poem or interpretation of the poem. Yeah. And it's the third. So this specific section is called Claire de Lune. In that Sweet Bergamask, it's the third section of the song. Obviously, it's the most popular section of the song. And yeah, man, it's really just an amazing song. Just the way, and what's crazy is that like compared to the other sections of the song, apparently I haven't heard the other sections of the song, which is like I just never looked them up. But apparently that the other sections are a little bit more like bigger, I guess. And this one contrasts those sections.
I see.
Like
a relief.
Yeah.
Kind of like settling down on the themes, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what's really cool how they use it in the video game in the Evil Within, because that's like the whole point of it. Every single time you see like a save point, the song like comes out, and that's basically like where you have to go to save the game. And like throughout the game, the song always comes out when you're close to a save point. So it's interesting how they use that in the game.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
personally just think it's like a whole story, like without even like saying a single word. You know the song. It's crazy because there's like a beginning, middle, but then at the same time, there's not really like an end to the song. Kind of just like well, it's because I guess it's part of the third movement, but at least with it being like alone, like it feels like it doesn't end. And like I was seeing comments like on YouTube on the song, and people were just saying like how it's crazy how like the song just like somehow like touches your soul. Like you hear it and you're just like it's speaking to you in such a weird way, but like there's just no words to it. You know what I mean? Which is I don't know. I just find that so like crazy how it's just like, you know, the classical, you know, instrumental orchestra song, and it's like it's so powerful. In my opinion, I like the original. I like both of them for their own things. I feel like the original sounds well exactly the way it's supposed to sound, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like with the Evil Within version, it gives like an extra emotional weight. One can say that maybe it destroys the whole point of the original song, but I really like the Evil Within version. What's up?
No. I'm just waiting for you to finish so I can tell you my take on it for sure.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. And if you compare it, like, let's just say, like, you compare the Evil Within and the original, I feel like, in my interpretation of the original sounds really like alone, since it's just like the piano by itself, and it feels like they add the strings in the Evil Within because it kind of like you said, it's a relief. Like it gets that message across even more, and it feels like there's some sort of connection with it. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. It's very confusing. What I'm trying to say is
Jesus.
super
No, yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I mean, I think, like, when you look at Claire de Lune, like, I remember playing that shit on saxophone, and I fucking hated it, and I didn't understand it. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you play, like, very, like, at the time, like, the classical piece, you know, especially when you're a beginner, it doesn't mean a whole lot to you until you get to an actual piano and hear it the way it's supposed to be heard. And, I mean, I don't know. I think, honestly, I don't think The Evil Within tweaked it as much as, like, I feel like as it's interpreted sometimes, because I think, like, the message it shows is, like, peacefulness and grace and almost like a balance, and that's kind of what I see within the game too, because, like, you know, obviously everything's fucking going crazy in that fucking game, and it's hard, and you're stressed the fuck out, and obviously when you hear it, you're like, you know, I'm gonna save the game and take a breather. And I think that's part of it for me, and it's always been that overarching theme. But personally, I love the Evil Within version because it's just different. It's creative. I mean, a lot of the strings have, like, an interesting timbre to it, where it gives you so much so much to work with, I guess, as far as, like, the tones. I mean, it almost sounds sad. But to me, it was never really sad. Like, at least for me, like when I hear it, I'm just like, oh man, like, this is beautiful, and you know, it definitely provides a very, very, like, balance, like, calmness to me, and you know, going back, like, hearing it in school and shit, it was definitely something that, like, I didn't enjoy, like, classical until, like, I appreciated more. And also, just mind you, like, my music taste just matured, so it was just better that way. And you know, it's crazy to think, like you said, like, I wouldn't call it a remake, but their interpretation of this song, just like any other cover, just brings so much more out of it. And I think it's, you know, like you said, it tells a story, and you know, for it being 6 minutes long, it's pretty entertaining. I mean, like, most, like, classical movements, like, you know, sometimes they could be a bore to certain people, but I think this one, it keeps you on edge and uneasy, which is oddly enough, because you want, you know, I think that's the game's fault. I don't think necessarily it's the music, but I think it's definitely the game's fault, because fuck that game. I actually started it yesterday, and yeah, I'll probably stream it later, but it's definitely something where, like, I really like what they did with it. I mean, whoever recomposed it and put it together, like, did a great job in trying to tell a different texture to it, you know, and I think they did a great job to it, for sure.
And the reason why I guess I had said, like, you know, that it was, like, of course, because it brings that calmness, like you said, but I guess the reason why I had said that it was more of, like, emotional and, like, sad, and then, like, this and that, is because, like, that kind of is just, like, my own interpretation of the song, as I do see it, like, the way you see it, though, definitely.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, it's not like there's a disagreement where, like, you know, one's right, one's wrong, you know, for sure.
Yeah, like, I totally, that's the way I saw it, but after hearing it, like, out of the game context and everything, and just hearing it on my own, because I heard the song in the game, and I was like, damn, like, I like the way it sounds. I had never heard the song before, like, Claire de Lune, like, at all. Like, I had never heard the song before. Like,
that's funny.
That was the first time I ever heard the song. So I was like, damn, they created the song. But then I went to the thing, and it's like, oh no, it's a rendition of the song cover, basically. I was like, oh, okay. And but yeah, like, I guess also, like, seeing comments also, like, influenced me. Like, if you go to the comment section in, like, the original song, the Claire de Lune, people are just talking about, like, their life stories, and bottom of that, just
one of the comments I saw there, which I think really fits it. I don't know why I think it fits. It said that if the world were to end, this would be on the end credit. Which, I know, as random as that sounds, I think I get it. I really get that.
So everyone here, Claire de Lune when shit is going down.
No, like, when it's over, whatever thing that went down, it's over. It's just nothing. It's just peace, you know?
Right.
That's fair. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess so. Because I mean, I guess if it does end, there's just nothing. So that makes sense. Just right, it's just quiet, and then someone's jamming out to that or whatever.
The song just starts playing.
Derail whatever the hell I have to say.
I'm not trying to derail it. No. Like I'm trying to see how you see it because like I actually didn't picture it as an end credit thing. I could see it like almost like
Yeah, well,
it's gonna. I don't want to talk about the apocalypse like how I picture that happening
right.
because that sounds awful to do.
What I get from it is just the primary emotion is peace. Like something went through hell and it's finished, and that's what you hear. That's what I feel.
No, I get that for sure.
And how do you call it? I love how the song because like how you said it's peaceful, but if you hear like more into the song, like about like 2 minutes and like 20 seconds,
Yes. So he starts going ham.
yeah, he starts rising into like a climb, and it starts feeling like, even when you hear it with the Evil Within version especially, I feel, in my opinion, of course other people can have their own opinion, right, but I feel like, in my opinion, when I hear it with the Evil Within version, especially because the violence also just expressed those high notes even more, like you start to feel like there's like some sort of despair, like because it's like the song starts and it's like this peacefulness, and then it goes into like there's something rising a little bit, like there's some sort of conflict, and then it goes into a little bit like of a balance, and then around like that 2 minutes and like 20 seconds it starts going into like some sort of like despair, and then it kind of just like takes off from there, and then it goes back down into like sorrowful, sad.
Yeah, like something you would play like in a recap of something.
Yeah, it almost feels exactly. What, bro? Like that.
Just something just went off in Joseph's head. Holy shit!
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The light bulb, guys.
It's crazy that like you thought of it like that. I mean, I'm sure that people have thought of it that way, but like
That's hilarious.
exactly how I see it. Like if I were to use the song, like it's almost like you were playing it as a recap, or you're seeing like a memory or something. Like exactly
that's
how
what
I
I'm
was.
getting.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking, and then like that part comes back, like the main part of Claire de Lune, how it starts playing that piano, comes back again, and and I guess it's like remembrance of like where you are after you had just experienced all that, and that
I think a better tone is reflection.
Reflection.
Yeah, no, I could. Yeah, no, that's actually perfect when you and it's funny. Most of the save points aren't they like a mirror almost, like you go into. Yeah. So like that's actually spot on, Joey. That's a good fucking word.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, not a word,
That's
but
crazy.
like what you interpret. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly what he interpreted. But like that's exactly how I had thought of the song. It's just crazy. I don't know.
That's crazy. So Dylan has a comment here. He's saying he thinks a lot of people first hear it in early grade bands in school and either have to learn it or hear learners play it, so that colors their perception of it. And no, I totally agree with that. I mean, like coming from band myself for like God knows how many years. That's 100% true, I feel, because personally I just didn't care for it until I got into like my college years, and then obviously hearing this version was so much better, at least for me personally. But no, I totally agree with that for sure.
Yes.
Good shit.
Ethereal? Is that the word?
Man, I have the worst vocabulary, so it's just being really honest. I could look it up. If you want me to look it up.
Ethereal. That's good.
Yes.
Ethereal definition.
Ethereal.
Sorry. The debugging's not working. So I'm still on the robot joke. Sorry, that was a bad joke. But
You've got mail. Oh wait, what?
yeah, right. God damn it. Yeah, you made that better. Good.
I saved it.
You did. You actually really did, because that was a bad joke for sure. Especially like for anyone that hasn't been watching this, they're just like, what the fuck's going on?
We should do a comedy share series.
Oh god, it's just nothing but crickets, bro. Sweet. So let's. You guys got anything else for that?
From what I remember, no.
First time I heard it was around 7th grade because a lot of people in 7th grade, apparently a lot of people I knew, aspirations was to play piano. And one of the guys I knew, I was like, man, I have to play this song. I have to learn this one. I hope he learned it by now. I really do. He's in Arkansas. He's in Arkansas. He moved to Arkansas.
Like for school or just in general?
I guess in general, I don't know what happened, but he's gone.
Oh, I thought you were like close with him or something.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were like close with him or something. That's why I was like, okay, cool. That's pretty cool.
We
Like,
kind of were close, so I really hope he did learn that song.
that's dope. Yeah, I mean, playing's a whole other thing.
I've been trying to learn that song piano. I only know the first minute because after that it starts getting harder.
That's all songs ever.
Right? That's all songs ever. After the first minute, it's like, what?
You learn the first bit and you're like, oh, man, this sounds good. And then you have to, oh shit, I gotta do the rest.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Dylan says call him up, see if he did.
Yeah, I should. I'll contact them.
We'll have a recap next week. Not mention.
We'll have him on the show.
Right? He's gonna come talk about how he learned that and his entire process, all in an hour.
Learn how to play Claire de Lune.
Oh god, that's great. Oh man. Okay, so sorry, you said something.
Well, I was gonna be like, how do y'all learn music? Like, do you read sheet music?
Oh god, I'm terrible at practicing. I'll tell you what. Like I'm bad at it, but I mean, obviously, I learned to read music, tabs, just chords. I mean, for the most part, it's just kind of what it is for me. Nothing super crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Also, I learned on YouTube. Like that's what I do. I look up videos. That's how I start.
Like for me, like I say, most of the time I have to learn through ear. Just fiddle.
Oh yeah, you got like the magic golden ear that I'm jealous of.
I have the golden ears. I learned songs. I figured out how to read guitar tabs, so beware, my power's coming.
Right. Prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
Oh god, that was great. Sweet. So gonna move on to Joey. Okay. Billy Joel. Go on.
Zanzibar. Now, I bought the Billy Joel album, The Stranger. Just throwing it away. Not throwing it away. What a shitty start. I bought the Billy Joel album, The Stranger, one day, and that was like my favorite album in the world for like a good 2 months. It's one of those I could just play over and over again because it's just a great succession of songs. And so I'm like, yeah, I should buy his next album, 52nd Street, and that's what I did too. And the structure is pretty much the same as The Stranger, as in it's around 9 songs with the pop hits in the beginning, and in the middle is a song that's very complex, full of complex things. And on The Stranger, that would be scenes from an Italian restaurant. And on 52nd Street, it's Zanzibar, and that's the song I'm going to talk about to you today. Zanzibar. Now, Billy Joel, he knows a lot about bars because that's where most of his beginnings came from, singing at bars. That's basically where the song Piano Man comes from, just his experience singing at bars. So he really knows how to paint a picture of a bar. And Zanzibar, like, what do you think of it musically, Antoine? Because I don't know a lot about musical structure. What do you think of it musically?
I mean, it's like simple and complex at the same time. I mean, I feel like Billy Joel has always created like really memorable melodies, just like as you said, Piano Man and Uptown Girl, like any of that stuff. And like it like for me, like it just always felt like it's simple but complex in the same way because there's always a lot of intricacies to what he does. And this song in particular, like it's structured in a way that tells like his story of like an experience at the bar and just kind of like what he's seeing and almost observing. I feel, and at least that's what I'm seeing. I know that's not as much as like talking about the music structure, but you know, that's kind of like what I get from it. Like it's always felt complex, and there's more to it than just his simple melody.
Yeah, I like it. He wants to paint a picture of a sports bar. That's what the Zanzibar is. And
Yeah.
he uses a lot of sports type references,
He
like I'm
does,
trying to get
right?
to second base, or the Yankees always have the headlines. So he knows how to like put that image in your head of that musty sports bar feel. And 52nd Street, he starts to experiment a little with different types of music styles, and that's what I could also feel from here, like the trumpet solo by Freddie Hubbard.
This shit was dope.
Yeah, he really wants to incorporate jazz into the album, and I really appreciate that. Like, oh goddamn, okay, yeah, it's good.
What?
And what? What did you say? What do you say? What for?
Oh, I thought you cut off for some reason. I don't know if that's just me. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
It's all good, but yeah, I really appreciate that. What did you think of the saxophone, I mean, not the saxophone, the trumpet solo, Joseph?
Well, like you said, it's I did notice that after hearing the song a few times because I didn't catch it the first time. Like very jazz like, and I really like it. I don't remember the saxophone part too much, like the all the little things that he did with it, but I really like the piano, like the
Oh yeah,
chord progression. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's what really caught me first time I heard it. That because when I hear new songs, usually I just have to listen the second time for it to stick with me. But this one, I'm like, yeah, this is something interesting.
Mhm.
And Phil Ramone, the producer, gave the trumpet solo a description of urgency and sexy. Basically, what it is, because the main character, the piano guy, because he's always after the waitress.
Right, that's what it says.
Always
That's what I was
after
The
thinking.
piano guy's always after the waitress.
The piano guy's always after the waitress, like just trying to get there.
I guess that's
wait-
fair. Even
like-
Piano Man, I feel like makes a reference to that. I'm sure.
Yeah, the waitress is practicing politics. That's actually a reference to his wife, Elizabeth.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny. That's cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know that's like a way that they met, or I guess that makes sense, right? Playing bars all the time.
And the same thing with this one. The waitress is Elizabeth, so this could be like him trying to get with her in the beginning. So
Mhm.
there's a lot going on there. But the chorus part, I got the old man's car, I got a jazz guitar. I don't know. There's something about that always just I really like how it flows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like how that flows. And a critic, he declared it as a homage to Steely Dan. And the more I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, this really does have a Steely Dan vibe to it.
Huh.
Like, do y'all listen to Steely Dan?
Not so often. I mean, I think that's someone that like I feel like I treat him very underrated and just not listen to him, which is dope. You would think I'd listen to him more.
Yeah, it's technically two people, Donald Fagen and Walter. Yeah, well, it's two people. And
Mhm.
yeah, I can really see the parallels between both of them. And I really like how Billy made a jazzy mood, because in the other songs in this album, you really don't. He knows how to make a song like feel something,
Mhm.
He knows how to, without having to tell you how to feel. Like, he doesn't like jazz. He doesn't
Yeah.
say it, but he makes you feel it, and that's what I really appreciate about Billy Joel. Like scenes from an Italian restaurant from the previous album, The Stranger. It has a real sentimental vibe without him having to tell you anything, and I want to know how to do that, because that's really an impressive feat.
Yeah.
Do how to make you feel something
Right.
without having to say it.
It's like just giving the vibe.
No, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Like I got a lot of different
Billy Joel.
different
Yeah.
ways to look at this. Like I feel like a part of it like, you know, it's obviously it's a story. He's super observant as a person, but I think it also like describes the monotony of doing what he was doing before he got big. And like, cause like, you know, it's weird like how descriptive
That's
it could
true.
be. You know what I mean? Like just because it almost becomes like a routine for him because he knows so much of like what's going on around him. And there's a specific verse. Excuse me. Tell the waitress I'll come back to Zanny Bar. I'll be hiding in the darkness with my beer.
Zanny Bar.
Did I say Zanny Bar?
Zanny Bar.
That's funny. I'm sorry. That's like that sounds like a drug.
No, it is. It is.
No, I know, but like the way yeah. God damn it.
They call him that here. They call him Zanny Bar.
Why do they call him? Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna get into that, but she's waiting out in Shantytown. She's gonna pull the curtains down for me, and like
Zanny Bar.
But yeah, you know, I feel like that's a lot of what I see too. Like, I mean, I feel like it wasn't necessarily despair, but I think like the monotonous of it all, like that, that he's been doing this for a while and he enjoys it, like more than anything. But you know, it's just crazy that like this is constantly what he knows to describe, and you know, and just the repetitiveness of it, and that's just kind of like what I see of it too. So that's the feel I got for it.
That's an interesting way to see it.
Yeah, I mean, because I like exactly how you said it. I mean, that makes it more positive for sure, and I prefer that.
Yeah, I see it in a very positive light. Like this guy's just trying to get.
Yeah.
His method is through Zanzibar. Real simple.
So, like,
it's not Zanny Bar.
So the chorus is what I'm wondering is, like, is it just like, what is he saying when he's like
you mean I've got the old man's car, I've got the jazz guitar. Personally, I think because that's just I think it's a homage to like what he does like constantly, you know, like because I don't know, at least that's how I see it front facing. It's just like, oh yeah, this is what I was doing. Had my dad's car, had my guitar, I had a tab. That's where I'm gonna be, and that's just kind of what he did, and just a staple of what he did. But at least that's how I see it.
Yeah, it's like a homage to himself, really. A homage to his former lifestyle.
Well, okay.
Yeah, because that's definitely how I see it. Yeah, because, I mean, like, 52nd Street, you were saying earlier, like, that's really where he was playing at bars, right? Is that why it's called 52nd Street? Is that what you mentioned, or am I hearing things?
No. Not... I think... Well, Piano Man was like, what, 72, I believe.
You got me. I'm terrible with years. So
yeah, with the years. And 52nd Street, well, the album name comes from the street where his studio was.
Okay. I guess I got that confused. I don't even know if you mentioned it, and we just revealed a fun fact. But
street in New York. Oop.
Nice.
But I don't know, because the whole album, it feels this one, the album also has the song "My Life" on it, where it's someone just getting up and going off to do what they want, and I don't care what you say anymore. It's my life. So I have a feeling
this is kind of like the effects of what it was.
Yeah, there's also the song "Big Shot" on that too, where that song he's saying that song to himself, because don't be a big shot, don't be a big teacher, because you get into some bad situations.
Yeah, staying humble.
So yeah, like this is just, I feel like this whole thing is just him reminding him of himself.
Yeah.
In a way.
Hey, that kind of makes sense now.
Wow. Yeah. I really recommend y'all listen to the album. It's
I was about to say the album as a whole seems necessary.
Yeah,
like at least as far as like the piece of that song, because like I know I'm seeing it in a different way, and I'm sure like if I hear the album, like I'll put one and one together at some point.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. I mean, like I've personally like never really looked into albums of him, just certain songs. So that's definitely something to check out.
Stranger, like I have a little CD rack over here that has numbers of my favorite albums. The Stranger's on number 3. I think 52nd Street's going to be pretty close. That's how much I really like them, because they don't overstay their welcome. Because
Yeah.
Stranger has only around 9 songs, and 52nd Street, I think it's 9 too. They both have 9. So it's all just like a piece of him with each album. It's not overdone. He just says what he says, and then he goes.
Yeah,
Which
that
I
makes
like.
sense. No, that's dope. I mean, that's interesting, honestly. Like,
I
I
suppose in an order of which albums to listen to, you start with The Stranger and then 52nd Street. But obviously, I want to listen to what he had before too: Piano Man, Turnstiles, all that. So hopefully, when I do listen to those, I'll put something on here in the future.
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's dope for sure. Sounds good shit.
And closing remarks, fellas, for the audience.
Um, no, I mean, I think that was great. I don't know if anyone has any feedback. I don't know if anyone's listened to Spotify, but check the song out. I mean, obviously, it sounds like there was definitely more than meets the eye on this one. Check it out and let us know what you think, whether it's now or a little bit later. But no, I got nothing. You guys got anything?
Anything to finish it off?
I was honestly wondering, what is he talking about when he says Ali dances and the audience applauds? Oh,
Yeah, because it's kind of like
I mean, it's a hole in the wall bar. Get any girl dancing in a hole in the wall bar is going to get a plus. That's what I think. I mean, I don't know. That's an observation. I'm very, I guess, front facing on that one for sure. I could be wrong, but I think I cut you off, Joey. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
I don't know what to think about that. Ali dances and the audience applaud.
right,
I really thought about it because I thought the narrator was Ali the whole time, but
right. That's exactly what I was
I'm
thinking.
thinking of
He
the
has
name,
me.
thinking of the name Ali. Oh, wait a minute. I was looking at the Wikipedia art and something about Ali and Muhammad Ali. Someone put a correlation between those two. I'm like,
Oh, really?
That's,
I think
what? Hello?
that Muhammad Ali, is so graceful when he's fighting that I guess people on the TVs at the sports bar watching a Muhammad Ali fight, and then they just see him win, obviously, and then they're like, "What? Huh? Didn't think about that."
Interesting. Huh.
Very interesting.
Hey, what's up, Alan? Thanks for watching the stream. Dylan, you said can confirm.
Can confirm.
I'm not sure what that means.
What? Can you confirm?
I guess maybe he's typing it out. We'll just wait a little bit. But sorry, you're mentioning Muhammad Ali. Like, what does he have to do with this?
Yeah, because he dances his graceful fighting, and the audience applauds. I guess.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Now I get it. Ladies dancing in seedy bars get applause. Because
That's what I'm.
But I don't see women doing dancing at a sports bar though. So that's why I'm thinking kind of sports correlation.
I mean, personally, that's what I think, honestly, because I think that's just kind of in a sport. I mean, girls dance anywhere, if they're excited. Because that's another thing. If it's a sports bar, like I don't know, I've been in plenty of sports bars, and if your team wins, you're gonna do a little dance, and people are gonna be like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm not thinking too deep into it, but I think that's what I see too. So thanks for clearing that up, Dylan. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's a neat little reference.
No, I mean, that's interesting too, as far as Muhammad Ali for sure.
Yeah.
But sweet.
Any last things?
Kintaro will dance wherever she can. There you go. That's awesome. Good shit. Sweet. All right. For anyone that's just tuning in, we went through our first 2 songs, and we were about to come to our 3rd song. And obviously, if you guys had any opinions or anything, the Spotify playlist is in the description and the chat box right now. Feel free to pop it open and listen up. What was that?
I'll also be posting YouTube links of the songs as we go along.
Oh, dope. Sweet. Yeah, so go ahead and check it out, and you guys have an opinion or a thought, feel free to throw it our way. For right now, we're going to go ahead and talk about my song that I chose. So this song was actually chose super randomly because lately I kind of want to do songs that are, I wouldn't say not handpicked by me, but I want to choose something different. I want to explore different albums and different people. But the reason I picked this song from the Unlikely Candidates, this is out of their EP, their first album. And honestly, the way they transition through this album to like the following is a huge dramatic difference. So if you guys want to check them out, feel free. But I heard The Ringer from them, and that was a pretty dope song. Kind of got me pumped up. I hear it at the gym, and it's a good song, right? So I was just like, let me check out some other stuff from them, and I went ahead and hit shuffle, and I was like, the first song that comes out, that's what I'm gonna do. And obviously, I chose Home. Home by the Unlikely Candidates. And so this is a really interesting song to me because it kind of corresponds a little bit later with the next song we talk about. But like a lot of the feel is very folky. It's a very folk song. It's a lot of guitar, and it feels very laid back, almost casual, and at least towards what you I guess hear. And then now, like, the lyrics are really interesting because they're talking about their search for home and what home means to I guess themselves. And this is a part that you could feel like there's a tension throughout this whole song through their lyrics of them being not necessarily bitter towards the situation, but like being hopeful, but also just kind of reminiscent on why they're here. So I feel like when I was hearing this song, it sounds really cool and like you could vibe with it. But honestly, you hear the lyrics, you're just kind of like, oh, fuck, this is a lot sadder than I anticipated. And, they're talking about like really a lot of turmoil and trial to make it feel like home, not a physical home. Because I feel like they mentioned like the mental turmoil that goes in with home, but just kind of feeling at peace with a person. And where that kind of wraps their head around. Because, I mean, there's different segments of this. Like, this is a really good one. What do you call it? I like this one. Her parents loved the silence. Mine lost her mind. Then her home. They fed us some pills, and we faced our fears alone. We're searching the wasteland for something our own. So, like, I think a lot of it, as much as, like, it sounds like a physical, like, hey, we need to get out of here because this is, a shit show or whatever it may be. It's really like the mental and emotional turmoil they're facing, on a day-to-day basis. And like, when is it going to feel like home? Like, and that's why I like it's at first, like in first glance, it felt very misleading for me because I was like, oh man, this sounds dope. Like I'm really into like folk music, just a lot of guitars and, a simple drum beat. And like, then that's why at first I was like, oh, okay, this is a badass song. Like I'm down. And then, I kind of heard it more and I'm just like, oh fuck, this is kind of sad. And, like, lately, I've been picking all the sad songs. It's kind of fucking annoying. I gotta stop that. And even though this was
tension, you just pick sad songs.
I mean, I don't mean to. This one was completely random. I hit shuffle and this came out, and I was like, "Fuck it, that's what I'm doing." Because I think originally I was gonna choose something I really liked, and but then I was like, "Nah, fuck that. Like, let me look at something different." But anyway, like that's kind of how I feel about this song. I mean, it's very interesting, very different as far as like portrayed. I'm sorry, and I really enjoy it. I mean, for what it is, I really do. It's a not your typical song, but it's definitely fun, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What did y'all think?
First time I heard it, I'm like, Mumford and Sons and the Mountain Goats. That's what I got.
Fucking for real. Yep, that's pretty spot on. That's exactly how I felt. That's always like sold. This is done. Like, yeah, but yeah, not that. So
I quite like this one too. It's it's a good feeling. You say something, Joseph. Off my shoulder.
No, I agree with Juan.
Did you guys hear that? Ooh, I think these got cut off.
By the second.
Oh, okay, there you go. Hey, I think you're getting cut off.
Slightly.
Hey, you're getting cut off. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I think it's starting to clean up now. I'm not sure what's happening.
Burger, can you hear me? Burger, can you hear me?
What?
That's a reference.
I mean, I know it's a reference, but it's not necessary.
It's a reference. Fine. It's just all right. Continue.
Yeah. No, I was just saying that basically by the second verse, I noticed that it was like, um, it's not like it's supposed to be sad or whatever, but it's just that like they're explaining the situation, like Juan said, and how they got there, and they have like that hopeful, optimism.
Yeah,
That
like
hope.
realistic optimism.
Yeah, realistic optimism where it's like, this is happening, but like, maybe we'll find that place one day, And like you said, it's more like a metaphorical home. It's not like all physically, but it's like whether it's them being with someone or, being in a certain situation, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it definitely transitions like later down on one of their verses or verses/chorus, I guess, because they kind of do that. They're like, I can feel your heart if you keep it close. The ceiling will break if we start to grow. Someday we'll be, someday we'll be whatever. Someday we'll be home. So yeah, I mean, it definitely has like some positive notes to it.
Yeah.
Like that, because at first, like I was like, what the fuck? Like, no, this is sad.
Yeah, it is though. I mean, like it's not necessarily like happiest song when it comes to like the lyrics and stuff like that, but like it has that that realistic optimism where it's like there's still some hope, in a sense. That's kind of.
No, I agree for sure. Sweet. Do you guys have any more notes on that? I'm actually trying to pull up the chat. I don't know if there's anything on the chat because my computer's acting funky, kind of like that time with Burger, actually. So, do you guys have anything on the chat?
Remember that song "Run for Home" by Lindisfarne?
Yes, the one that you.
Yeah, it's like one of those recounting of a travels.
Yeah. Because I had asked you like, oh yeah, well, like after like a long journey, like what's the song?
After a long journey, after all the crap we've been through, we just want to go home.
Yeah.
So that's
it's
another
pretty.
From it.
What's up?
That's another feeling that feels like now that I'm listening more home too.
Yeah, it just feels like it has that similar. How do you call it? Intention, I guess.
Similar intention, yeah. We've been through things.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah.
But I like this song. Like I said, Mumford and Sons meets the Mountain.
God damn it. That's super funny. Sweet. That sounds good to me. Hey guys, I don't know if you guys are getting a weird picture or anything. I'm curious because like my computer's just kind of getting fucked up right now. No idea why.
Like, I'm watching and I see you like your webcam's like a frame every 2.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna disconnect it real quick. Just get rid of this because I don't know what's happening honestly. Because like the audio sounds fine, at least out of what I could hear, unless someone on the chat tells me otherwise. But yeah, this whole thing's frozen. Oof. This Burger all over again, dude. Like right when that happened. That's why I like Zoom, but I really need to get that. Anyway, continuing on with what's going on here. I'm going to just shut that off. So now we're going to go ahead and talk about our guest.
Alan said he thought it was a still photo of you.
No shit. Hey, that's good. That's solid then, if you really think about it.
You sound okay. It's just video problems, said Dylan. It's all about the voice anyway, right? Right, Joseph?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Appreciate that, Dylan. Yeah, that's why I'm working towards a new laptop or a new computer in general. Obviously, that's not doing. Yeah, I'm gonna get one. I mean, after you told me how much it was, I'm totally doing it.
$100 PC.
Take it a minute.
And I was looking at PC Part Picker, that entry level Intel build I made. It actually got cheap.
Well,
there's that too. $300.
Okay, gonna continue the show. Because I know you all could go on forever, and it's gonna take forever. Anyway, so now we're gonna do the guest choice. He wanted us to look into Undercover Dream Lovers. Yeah, I think I said that right. Undercover Dream Lovers. And I actually had the same process with this song. I pretty much just went ahead and chose randomly. I went into their band page since he didn't say anything specific, and I hit shuffle. This is what came out, but it's the Undercover Dream Lovers Come Home single, and it's a definitely interesting. I don't want to talk about it just yet. You guys got. I'd like you guys to talk, kind of take the lead here. What do you guys think?
Me myself, when I heard, I didn't expect to hear that type of song, but I really like the bass line.
Dude, it was
the song.
funky.
It's
It was actually really funky.
Like I'm getting,
pretty sick. I like.
if I could give a name, like a Bobby Caldwell, Bobby Caldwell. That's what I feel with the bass and the drum line.
Yeah, the bass in it. I mean,
I really like the drum.
it sounds like kind of like it's distorted in a sense,
Yeah.
right? A little bit.
And
You're still talking about the
funny enough,
right?
yeah, we're
Yeah,
talking about,
okay.
the song about the bass line.
I was just
Funny
like,
enough, going back to Billy Joel, the song after the drum line too.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so
Like in the
weird.
beginning, there's a similar drum line. I'm like,
That's so weird.
I know. But that one's more harsh. It has a more harsh type of hi-hat sound. This, like, almost,
Right? Yeah. Like it's just a groove.
yeah.
Man, I don't know how to explain.
It's real groovy. It's real, like mellow.
Yeah.
groovy type.
And what's interesting is that it goes with the lyrics. Like when even the first line he says, "Why'd I try turn apart this groove?" I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I was like,
Breaking the fourth wall instantly.
I know, right? It feels like he's talking to you or something. I'm just like, hey, what?
It's like your friend, like you're at a band practice with a friend. He just says that to you while he's playing.
I'm just like, hey, what? Yeah, I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty cool. I kind of like the song. It's pretty sick. Like, I mean, of course I like the song, but like,
Yeah.
pretty cool shit.
no, I agree. I mean, like, well, man, how'd y'all feel about the lyrics though?
Yeah, we were talking a lot about the music, huh? The lyrics.
Yeah, I'm curious your thoughts before I break it down.
Very interesting, because also I was thinking this song is kind of like broken relationship or something. That's what it felt like to me looking at the lyrics. Like if I guess like maybe the main character messed up or something, and that's kind of like what the I guess the story is. I think, but that's what I think. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's what it actually is. To be honest, I could be totally wrong about that.
I mean, it's how you see it. I mean, And Joey, what do you think?
Can't really think much right now. I'm kind of curious what your take is, right? What your take is. How are you gonna break this?
I mean, it's actually really tragic. Like when you see it, at least for me, like when I hear this, because it's it really talks about like for at least for what I'm seeing, it's just like an unsupportive, like teeter-totter of a relationship. Because
Right.
there's a lot of like give and take. Like, one perfect example is she forgot to tell him, quit your job. You could have lived your life like all those fools do. Dreamers know. I know you hide when he go. Trying to save my soul before I'm too old. So like, obviously being in relationships, like, obviously whether you're married or engaged or, boyfriend, girlfriend, there's a point in time where like, I think a lot of people not necessarily settle down because of circumstance in their jobs or like, stuff like that. Because that's probably my favorite line, just because I think it speaks true to a lot of people where, they want to feel supported in a relationship. So if there's ever a time where, he's got this going on, like, but he's not quitting his job because, he wants to take care of this person. And, whether it's a financial stability sort of situation or if it's a, like, hey, like chase your dreams kind of situation. And I think here, it really talks about like, she didn't tell him that, she kind of just let him be unhappy with what he was doing, mind you, like, I don't think they tell you a lot of context as far as like, in between the back and forth. Because eventually, like, it goes to like, there's no one coming home. Why'd you try and lock the door? don't you feel like you're giving in? It's so much safer than before. And like for me, that like really defines like, you know, obviously like this is falling apart.
Yeah.
But you know, like we would have been safer together. You know, so like obviously like there was a point in time where they decided to part ways and, you know, kind of take off and be like, well, you know, if you don't want like let me do this, you know, I'm gonna jet. That's why, like, when it says, why are you tearing apart this groove when you've only tried to show me what to do? I wish that I could take you someplace far real soon, just like those others seem to do. So, like, that's the crazy part. So, like, when I see that first segment, it's very, like, I want to give you everything I possibly can. And then it gets to that second section about quitting your job. Like, he realizes, like, you know, we're not even happy because I'm always working, or, you know, we're never really together. You know what I mean? So like, and they were very accepting of it at that point. So it's crazy. It's like this huge story of give and take of like, yeah, this isn't working after all because we thought we wanted this. Turns out it's not what we want. And now it's like kind of a big, like, fuck, like here we are, you know? And that's why, like, obviously, like, not trying to give relationship advice to anyone either. Like, you know, like a supportive relationship and not necessarily caring about the nice house, not caring about the nice car, you know, all that doesn't matter. You know, it's about like what you guys grow together and what you become, whether it's, you know, the best paying job or not, you know, and that's why, like, to me, that's why I think this one's really crazy because it sounds all funky and groovy and like I'm into this shit. And then it's just kind of like, oh,
pack something so dense into such an aesthetically pleasing package.
Yes.
Yeah, no, they did a great job. Mind you, like, I listened to them more, and they're fantastic. Like, and they're touring. They're actually coming to San Antonio, I believe. And yeah. So once
go guys, the Music Share Series field trip.
Yeah, right. Everyone just go check that out. But yeah, you know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how there's a lot of
psychedelic rock. Yes, that's exactly what it reminded me.
Psychedelic.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. Okay, so Dylan actually had a comment on this one. He said, just have to say, come home single. Sounds like something love interest would say whenever an action hero goes off on another adventure. And yeah, you know, I think that's definitely a part of the conversation of them deciding, you know, like, yeah, this is how it's going to be now, which is crazy. I mean, like I was like, what the fuck? Another shot out of the dark, like where, you know, this is kind of insane. You know, it's a really good song, you know, as far as like what they're trying to say. And, you know, at this point, they're just kind of like, well, fuck, you know, we can't necessarily make it back. And, you know, it is what it is. So, some crazy shit, man. Hey, you were cutting off. Can you say that again?
A lot to unpack there.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. No doubt whatsoever.
So I got imagine having to unpack a whole album.
I don't.
You know, I think they only have one or two, too. I don't remember. They don't have a lot. They're pretty fresh.
It seemed like a recent.
But, yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy to see a lot of that and how it plays out. Insane. So, do you guys have any other comments before we move on?
Did I know of unless I forgot?
He does not know. He forgot. I think I'm good.
Sweet, cool. So that being said, what do you call it? If anyone has an idea of what they want to be heard analyzed on here, just go ahead and throw it up in the chat right now, and we're gonna jump into, I guess, the song of the night, and we're basically choosing a song that's not our own. Yeah, well, we always do. We always choose like the best song or whatever that we felt like was the best song to talk about or whatever. Do you follow me, or?
Choosing from the four of them, or just the three of them? Like the ones that
We could do four. Let's just include the guest one, because honestly, like, if I'm just gonna throw my vote in now, I say the guest one. The guest one was legit, because it was funky as shit and like crazy deep. So, So,
Like,
so I actually choose the guess one.
yeah, I was thinking of that one too. Like, I really like the bass line and the drum line. It's like that's what caught my attention. Obviously, I mean, but it's really cool. I like,
Yeah, I'm gonna
especially
go.
hear that shit with like the sound system. Ooh, man, that sounds badass. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joey.
No. Hear that shit with a sound system go woo. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Claire de Lune because I really like classical. I'm starting to appreciate classical more and every day.
That's
For
fair. I
example,
mean, classical music's great.
yeah,
I love classical music. Man.
another example of classical pieces to try to get other people to listen to classical.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I appreciate this one. I appreciate Claire de Lune. I'm probably gonna right in a little bit. I'll probably listen to the whole piece, the Bergamasque Suite.
Yeah,
And
that's probably a good idea.
so, so I can get a full picture. But yeah, I'm going with Claire de Lune.
Dope. So you guys heard it. I mean, that was our share music series today, and obviously, you guys throw it in the comments, the chat, whatever you guys want to do. Let us know what you want to hear. We actually did get more than one suggestion in the last show, so we will definitely start picking which ones are going to come in. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. There's kind of a lot going on. If you guys haven't heard my feature in your Brain on Facts podcast, go ahead and check that out. I will drop a link on the bottom. Check out my Twitch. I'm streaming more now than ever because Twitch is great and the people on there are great. And with that being said, check out tomorrow. We're going to be talking about Final Fantasy. There's a lot of fucking crazy theories going around, and there's a lot I believe and a lot I don't. So me and my guest Jen, I think I'm saying that right. We're gonna fucking break down a lot of stuff and also talk about next gen consoles and how amazing that tech demo was and kind of a bunch of other stuff. That's our first Shoot the Shit series that we'll be launching. So check it out tomorrow. It's gonna be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time because I know we cannot get fucking time zones correct. And I say that because that was a big deal at some point. And Dylan actually has a suggestion. So
Yes, I saw that.
he said if you check classical, check out Trans-Siberian Orchestra's Beethoven's Last Night. It's a concept album on his life. That sounds dope. I'm actually will take a look at that and we'll see if it lands in the next episode. I definitely appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night and I will see y'all later.
Thank you very much. Right, just
Peace.
thank
Yes.
you for coming to Sick Parvis Magna Gaming and Podcast, where we have. Thank you.
I was like, I'm gonna let you finish it. I didn't end the stream. Oh no, it's lagging.
shut it off.
So it's not shutting off. So
I wanted to go.
We can stop.
No.
oh God, stop it! Y'all are peeking and it hurts.
I hope it.